Good evening, guys. Jordan here with the Nutty Gnome Homestead. Today we're out here in our barn working on building a couple more deep hive bodies to put out in our apiary. Now, we make about 50% of our equipment and the other half we purchase. We were able to find a sale on some hive bodies unassembled, and this is what we're going to be putting together today. One of these days I will show you guys how we build these ourselves. It is a little bit cheaper, but there is some time involved. That's a cost, your guys are going to have to look at if you're going to do it that way. So today we've got deep hive bodies we're putting together to expand our apiary. Now, these are pretty simple to go together. Any of you guys that ever put together Lincoln logs or anything like that, you guys will know how these go together. You got your box joints on the end, and there is a right side and a left side and an up and down, because when you buy them, they got this nice little handhole cut into it already. So you want to make sure you put these together, assemble these correctly. One thing you guys can do, if you look around on some of these, they are going to have some splinters. That's not that big of a deal. Whenever we go to finish these up, we'll take a rasp or a chisel or something, and we'll get everything all cleaned up. We're not going to need very much equipment to do this with. These came from Man Lake. They're already pre-drilled. You can put these together with nails, or you guys can use a pneumatic nailer. I got mine. I've done it both ways. The air nailer does make it a lot faster, but not everybody has access to a air compressor and one of these nailers. So I'm going to show you how we put these together using nails. So come on in close and I'll show you how we get this done. I like to assemble these on my table saw, but first thing, let's go over a couple of tools you're going to need. You're going to need a hammer. You're going to need some sort of square. I just have one of my speed squares here. You're going to need some nails. The manufacturer's recommendation is a galvanized 7D nail, so that's what we are going with. I'm also going to glue all my joints. I like this one. I'm not sponsored by Type Bond. I wish they would. That'd be pretty awesome. Guys, this stuff is pretty good. It's waterproof. You can use it inside, outside, and it works wonders. So let me show you guys how we get these put together now. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to take one of the long sections and a short section. The shorter sections have a rabbet cut in here at the top. I believe it's like a 3/8 of an inch channel. This is what your frames are going to rest on. And they've already got your box joints cut in. One of these days I'll show you how to set up a table saw to do that yourself. It's really simple, especially after you make a jig. These go together just like Lincoln logs or any of those other building components you had as a kid. Put them together. They're pretty simple. Take your square. We're going to square it up. All right, this one's going to work. Now we're going to get our glue. Now, whenever we glue this, I want to be very liberal with how much glue I put on. And I'm going to glue both pieces. You will also see I will glue the edge grain here. What that does is that helps seal the ends from moisture. You don't have to do this, especially since we're going to paint them. But the end grain here is where you're going to get your rot from. All right. Now, guys, I highly suggest you get a system that works well for you and stick with it. Don't be trying to build several of these at once, building from different corners and different angles. It'd be real easy to get confused. Make sure you smear your glue on all sides. I'll put some there on the end grain, just kind of help seal it off. Not necessary, but we're going to take our short piece. These two just slide right together. And you see they form a nice little box joint. We'll get it squared up with our speed square on the inside, and then I might go ahead and start some nails. Check the square. You guys can see, nice and square. Now the rest of these, I will set it up on the end, like so, and then I will just pound them in. Now, if I just tried to work on it like this top part will fall. I don't want that. Take your other piece, make sure you get it oriented right, hand hold up, and then just kind of set these together, dry fit, and now I'm able to go to work on this end. Check for square, nice and square. Take a nail, some of these boards are cupped a little bit. They're kind of have a concave shape. So if one end pops up, I go to that end next. Drive that one down, because if you put a nail in on this end, and this end pops up, if you just keep trying to nail it down from this side, it could pop up enough to where there's enough tension in this board you split it. So instead of doing that, we're going to go ahead and tack it down, but we still have a little bit of relief here in the middle. Now we're going to go through here. Now remember, this end is only dry fit, so I'm just going to loosen it up a little bit, put a little glue, anything that runs off you guys can go ahead and wipe off later. And this whole process only takes a couple of minutes for each one of these deep bodies to put together, especially if they're purchased from a manufacturer. The tolerances are, I'm not going to say they're great, but they're good enough for most backyard beekeepers. I like to make my own equipment, and I have the power tools to do so. I've got the wood shop. I enjoy tinkering around with it, but with the price of boards these days, sometimes it just doesn't make sense. All right. So we want to make sure our board handle is oriented the right direction. Handle's on this end. Go ahead and line up your box joints. Might have to persuade it. A little bit of a bow there. Nice and tight. Guys, I've got these holes on the other side. I'm going to go ahead and put a nail in each one of them. That way, so we got plenty of nails holding this together. I'll be right back. So in just a couple of minutes, we beat in all these nails all the way around. Whenever I use the air nailer, I can have one of these knocked out in 2-3 minutes. It doesn't really take long at all. It's nice and square. You can check it with your speed screw. You know, everything's nice and square. We don't have any issues with that. This is how we like to make our equipment. We can get it a lot cheaper than building it ourselves right now, so that's the way we're going. If you guys have any questions and comments about building your bee boxes, please let us know. If you guys know a cheaper way of doing it, by all means, I'd like to know. Guys, season is right upon us where we're going to be splitting hives. We're going to be building our apiary. We got swarms just a couple 100 miles south of us already that have been reported. So it's going to be here before we know it. Next step for this, we're going to go get it painted, and we're going to get these out with the rest of them. So until next time, like, share, and subscribe if you guys like this kind of content. It really does help us out. Leave a comment down below. Let us know how you guys make yours. Until next time, get in the barn, get out there, build your bee boxes, have a lot of fun, and spend some quality time with your family. Until next time, y'all stay safe.